We hope you had enough time to browse the amazing artwork our students crafted. Now be prepared to be inspired.
Good evening, people. My name is Jamari Goff, and I got a poem called Challenges and Triumphs. And I'd like to give a special shout out to my parents and Ms. Williams for being an amazing teacher. I made it. I worked hard. I'm here for a reason. I got a lot on my mind, can't stop thinking, but we're here for a reason. Fell one time, don't stop, try again and again until you make it. Just do it, look at me. I work hard to get a magnet, now the A's coming like a magnet. Yeah. Don't worry about the haters, tunnel vision on your future. When your confidence comes from God, you'll never be a loser. I put my mind to it, got back up when I failed, and yeah, I succeeded. Through the losses still prevail, so when the trials get tough and you feel like giving up, keep that faith and trust that you've always been enough.
Thank you, Jamar, with an amazing poem. Our next performer, Zaria Washington.
Music to my ears by Zaria Washington. It's not literally music. Knowledge is music to my ears. To learn something and to understand. To gain new information. Growth is music to my ears. To challenge me and to advance my mindset. Confidence is music to my ears. To be brave, to be strong, to be sure of who I am. Now that's music to my ears.
Thank you, she did. Now, what a great poem. And our next performer, London Shakespeare.
Cliffrey's door. I went into a place all dark, cold, and bare. A chill was all around me. It gave me quite a scare. I could not see a thing in this place without a light. Then I heard a voice say calmly, "Fear not, it's just the night." It was then I saw a bit of light traveling along the cold, dark floor. I moved to get much closer and realized it was a door. At first the door seemed dark and heavy, and I knew not where it went. Then I heard a calm voice tell me, "It's this way that you are sent." I reached up and touched the handle and realized it was made of gold. Timidly, I knocked. As I opened, a whole new world did I behold. I became bathed in the warmest sunshine, a perfect, joyful light. And I knew in that one instant, I'd never face another cold, dark night. I took one last look behind me, as if to remember where I had been. Then I felt the Father reach out to me and gently pull me in. Wow. He said, Clifford, don't be sad to leave them. You are only theirs alone. So come, my child. I'm glad you're here. Enjoy your welcome.
Anyways, our next performer, Tyson Lawson.
Alright, so my name is Tyson Lawson. My poem's called Alone. All alone in the dark and in silence. My friends wonder why I don't answer to their friendly banter. Are you okay? What's wrong? The truth is I don't have an answer, so I sit all alone in the dark and in silence. I turn on my TV to find peace and fictional violence, but despite my efforts, I go back to being by myself, alone, in silence. I'm at peace when I'm alone, and the dark is my home, yet in silence, all the thoughts in my head come to life. They don't like you, they despise you. In the silence, I realize that my heart is paralyzed. I have no emotion despite all the commotion in my life. I try to talk to my friends, yet they just want to joke. So I sit in my room to choke on the pain of realization, the realization that they don't care, that I must deal with this alone, all alone in the dark and in silence.
First of all, never alone. You see your little group right there. Next, our next performer, Tam.
A little note. Life is short, us is wide. Just don't wait your time for what's lasting. You only got to lie once, and one day you will leave this world behind. So live the life that you remember. That's why I'm here, to tell you that you're stronger than you see, smarter than you think, and braver than what you believe. So love yourself before you love others, 'cause you exist in this life to be who you are. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. You here for your dream and to be who you are, 'cause no one can close the door that's God opened for you.
Good job, Tal. And for our next performer, Rashid.
The Power of Life by Rashid Deloach. The power of life, the power of children, the future of the earth are being misguided, conceited, mistreated, turned to drugs and violence, but can you blame them? They want to be like the coolest and newest rapper with no father figure. They are lost. They are hung on a canopy with no support from their family. They are trapped. Them boys need guidance, yet their crimes got them serving 6 to 10. It's ridiculous, you get?
Aiden Beach. Okay, we're gonna restart it. Okay, Aiden Beach, Student of the Year.
My poem is titled Cobra, after my uncle. Hey bro, how you been? Now I'm sitting and wonder how long it's been. I think now it's 9 years since you died. I couldn't get over you, yet I tried. I tried to be happier that you at least had a life. How has it been? I'm sorry I haven't thought about you since way back when. I wish you hadn't died. I wanted your life to thrive. I just want to make you feel some pride. Maybe you would have been there for me every time I cried. Ever since it happened, I've been sleep deprived and hurt inside. I feel like my soul had died. I know you up in heaven got to see your mom again. I know that you love me. Well, how can you leave me then? I feel so drained. I gotta keep the pain and hurt contained. Now I sit on my bed wondering what could have been if you was alive. Maybe you could have taught me how to drive. That's if you were alive. You could have helped me with my first date. If you ever got sick, I would have made you a first plate. Nobody thought losing you hurt me. I didn't even cry at your funeral. I wonder if now they might see. They say dying in your sleep is the most peaceful way to go. They say it's an angel bringing your soul up to heaven. I'm glad you got a first class ticket to the Silver City, just as you deserved.
Well, for our next performer, me. I got a lot of inspiration from this, but you'll never get over your first love. You'll never get over your first love, they said. I laughed at that statement. Everyone is replaceable. I'm young. It's not going to be hard to get over somebody. I'm still young. I don't know how I feel about that statement, but I think I feel something that's love. Every time I think of you, I think of a parent. Don't think I'm weird, just let me explain. I think of someone caring, making it their job to protect you and make sure you're all right. I think of a parent, someone that inspires you, someone that says you have to keep going, someone who's there to hold your hand and say, you got this, I'm always going to be there. Someone who knows what's wrong, even when you try your hardest to hide it, and they always know. I think of a parent. Every time I think of you, I think of a best friend. Someone to make you laugh so hard you're gonna cry. Someone to make you smile when you're having a bad day. Someone to repeatedly ask, are you okay? Even when you tell them that you're fine. Someone who texts and calls every day to tell them the tea or how their day was. Someone clingy to treat you like it's you above all. I think of a best friend. You were always there, turning my rainy days into hot beams of sun, blinded, to protect me and defend me like mothers to their cubs. Held my hand and told me, we got this, your problems are mine. To know everything about me, the dark and the light, and still stayed. I don't know what love is, but you got my heart feeling things I didn't never feel before. I don't know what love is, but you showed me a feeling I didn't think was possible to feel.
Yes, ma'am.
You will never get over your first love. I laughed at that statement. Man, I think I know what they meant now. I know y'all. And for our next performer, Shaylin with the dance.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, what I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
our next poet, JD. Maureen. JD.
So my poem is called Sunshine. Rain, rain, go away. Wanted to stop, not lightning and thunder too. Now it's flooding. Sunshine, where are you? I've been looking for a long time and I haven't found you. I'm tired of all this rain. Yeah, on 10/30/2020, sunshine came. It's all coming back now. No more rain finally. All rainbows and butterflies now. All happy now. So crazy how everything can go from black, dark, frown, rain, thunder, lightning, crying, to bright colors, rainbows, sunshine, butterflies, smiles. Never imagined my life so colorful, so joyful. I now know that before sunshine, you have to go through the storm. It gets hard, but sunshine will come. The storm teaches you a lesson. Now I will always keep October 30th, 2020 in my heart. Always and forever, my happiness.
Our next poet from Miles Atkins.
Alright, this is The Change of Life by me. As the course of life hits my body like cold water on bare skin, I reflect on how my life has been. I question myself, why do I fake so many things? Why do I lie? The truth of myself, the truth of my life is something I constantly hide. As I look back on my past errors, I finally allow the water to run down my face. I get all the way to the ground. I alter, manipulate, and twist so much of my true being. So constantly I hide my face. I mask while I look at others who do the same as me, as I envy the others that don't. Why don't they have the same fears as I? That is the question that resided in my soul. Then I open my eyes as I realize I'm a slave of my own machinations, of my own fear, of my own being.
Yes.
I look at the chain on my wrist, around my ankles, then I finally realize I'm scared of change. I'm scared that others will outgrow my antics. I'm scared that others will once again leave me, stranded in the desert of my own creation. So I changed. I push others away as I give others advice, as I smile and show emotions I truly don't believe I am capable of feeling anymore. Even then, I was changed. So I took off my mask, I let the water fully hit my body as I smiled. The warmness of the water flooded through me and overloaded my senses. Then I realized I need to rehabilitate myself, to be better, to be smarter, to care for others. Isn't the core part of rehabilitation change? Thank you, but gotta get a little bit free for this one. Gotta end this off with a bang. They lied to us. They say we are equal, thus they proved this by letting us sit in the front of the bus. I let the gust of the winds flood in, let it wash away my sins. As the air fills my mind, I can see the crimes. They ain't nothing against our kind. As they played silent and acted just like mimes, and they played the victim as much as a dime. 10 times I cry and fight as my people die in vain. As they disregard it and laugh at it like it's a game. It's not a game, you would see this if you joined the fray. I yell in the street as they hold rifles, trying to silence in the date. Just wait, they hold our history, giving out like food on a plate. Just wait, when we feel pride, they kill us just to clear the slate. Just wait, they shove a barrel in our mouth and pull the trigger, then call it fate. Just wait, I will not wait for my freedom because my rights are not something that I just keyed in. I will not wait for my joy, they try to snuff it out even though I'm a young boy. I will not wait to fight because I will fight for the right to smile at the light. But they lie. Then they try to hide the truth because they don't want you to know you. Wow. Who am I? I truly don't have a clue. The only thing I know, the one thing that resides in my mind is they lied.
Well, thank you, Miles.
Yes.
Anyways, our next poet, a guest teen poet from NOCCA, Matthew Williams.
Hello everybody, my name is Matthew. I'm a teenager from NOCA, the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts. I'm in the drama department as a level 2, and I'm forming a piece I wrote and I did my first show at NOCA my senior year last spring. called Separate, which was devised by most of the students in this show. So I hope you enjoy. I am the cub and the lion, the little chick and the eagle, the protector and the provider. I'm a good listener, the mentor and the comforter. I'm the leader and the follower. I'm stuck in a pattern. I hide a part of myself away from everyone, take shelter in dreams into my own mind. I run until I can't any longer. I jump until I glide off the ground. Sometimes I wonder if the world is really an accepting place. I suffer alone, pushing others away from a sometimes crumbling life, burying myself in a dark hole, surround myself with darkness and despair. But then there's music. Then there's that saving grace of music that pulls me out of that dark place. That encouraging force that's full of rhythm to fly to a place where judgment doesn't exist. Where I can be me, where there's no problems, no worries, no responsibilities, and best of all, no darkness.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, introducing Southeast staff. Miss Credit is a literacy coach at Southeast Middle and a wonderful poet with 2 published books. Miss Credit.
Beyond the Noise. That's the name of this poem. May we please ignore the noise, if just for a second. Because we're losing seconds, minutes, and days. Being captivated by the sounds of yesterday, the sounds of what ifs. Silence the noise in our heads, the noises in this persuasive world, the noise of vanity, the noise of independence, the noise of fear, the noise of recession, the noise of depression. May we please silence the noise. Silence the noise that tells us to be full of anxiety because this world has lost its godly piety. May we please just silence the noise. The voices of fear that screams, what if? What if this? What if that? The what ifs that never manifest. The insecurity that leaves you deprived of rest. May I please never mind, I will silence the noise. And ignore the voice that speaks of things of my past, that leaves me in spiritual unrest. I will silence the noise.
Our wonderful ELA teacher. Miss Williams is our magnet ELA teacher, who is a poet, published author, recording music artist, and owner of We Are Revolution, LLC.
They've been making me so proud. I'm just amazed. I'm amazed by them. All right, don't do that. All right. So the title of this poem is called A Sister's Lament for My Brother and the Youth. I was too broken to nurse your generational curses, to ease the pain you hid behind a smile, always being the strong one. And while I hid myself behind the pages of fantasies, you were fighting spiritual forces that I couldn't see, because I never even knew, because I never ever asked. Yet we couldn't understand, how could this young man raised in a stand-up home end up in a cage with men filled with rage and hurt and sorrow, where mental health is not a thing and Jesus is the last resort, where identities become labels and digits, inmate number, who really cares, because in our minds they all deserve to be there, forgetting the sins we commit behind the curtain, abandoning principles God says in his word, like those without sin, you cast the first stone. Finding solace and placing others finding solace and placing blame on other people's shame so we don't have to peek into our own veins, but all blood bleeds the same. So when I imagine your face, all I remember is summer camp days when you stood up against the counselors and told them to let me read when I refused to concede to the festivities, or the times you made me laugh when I wanted to die, the moments I thought I couldn't bear, you wiped the tears from my eyes, the love that you gave that I so often pushed away, so focused on my own pain that I didn't consider would lie behind those smiling eyes that wrinkles didn't reach. So every day in my classroom when I go forward to teach, I see young black boys and I see you, and work myself to exhaustion to make up for what I couldn't do to save you. How they the same way God transformed Paul from persecutor to prophet, a sinner to a soldier. I intercede on my knees praying you won't get looked over, cause their heart in your chest, those playing holy with envy, and the plans that God has for your life trumps all enmity. So I encourage all listening to put down gavels and pray for our youth facing silent battles across this globe every day.
And she gonna eat it up every time. Thank you. So, introducing our guest speakers. Our first guest speaker is Dr. Indigo. He is a North Louisiana native and advocate for inclusion arts and social justice in education. A graduate of Frisk University, Relay Graduate School of Education, and a doctoral student with Xavier University of Louisiana. A part-time poet, prose author, and emergent broadcaster. Williams seeks to amplify young voices of color and tell our stories our way.
Hey y'all. First and foremost, I want to say I'm a little upset. I have to go after all these dope poets and performers. You're wrong for that, putting me all the way down here on the list. You should have let me go first. But okay. I brought 3. How many can I do? Let me start with a short piece. Y'all seen that movie Black Panther? So I was rewatching the movie Black Panther, and I was thinking about how when someone steps into the role of king, what are those conversations like? Who is responsible for making sure a king knows what all of his duties are and how he should carry himself? So I wrote, and it's becoming part of a series where a young king is talking to different people that essentially would be his counsel, and they are explaining to him how he has to be. So I imagine for T'Challa, this is a conversation that he has with his father. History remembers kings, but by what means do we measure a king's reign? By the crown, the rose, the throne, or monuments built in his name? By peaces treated or by hordes of men slain? Thrones grow vacant and gather dust. Crowns tarnish and robes stain. Monuments fall, peace disturbed, and the vengeful remain. Maybe it's by love or fear, although those may be one and the same. Perhaps pounds and feet or grams and meters, tangible as they are, our perceptions of rulers are steeped in myth and legends are quantified by neither. Maybe we should just count the followers and find the average by dividing the number of dissenters and non-believers. Either way, more importantly, when a king speaks, can you hear what God has to say? Okay. This second part is him talking to his mother.
Go.
King, lift your head before you drop that crown. Least you forget that when it found your brow, the heavens sang a deafening resound. God knew what he was doing, and you need to have the same confidence though you cling to this mortal coil. King, you're rich in spirit as long as your skin mirrors oil, or dirt, scorched earth, the first step to renewed planting season. King, you are the reason the ground you walk on will make its way around the sun once more. And once more, the sun deserves to continue to see the face it kissed at your birth, the day it entrusted you to illuminate where it cannot touch. Your gift to what they've cursed. And don't let me catch you leaving out that royal we when you fix your lips to speak about royalty. Find your sovereignty, for you cannot fall, only step down willingly. Okay, so this is a second piece. I don't know how to explain this outside of, like, I take a lot of inspiration from the Black experience, of course, me being a Black person, if y'all hadn't seen. But okay. It's called Black Like. Black like midnight. Black like how our skin holds hues of blue under moonlight. Black like black light in the opening scene of Belly, saying, "Man, listen." And the following silence was all you needed to tell me. Black like daps, pounds, and handshakes that might last longer than the conversations they initiate. Black like go on in there and fix you a plate. Black like don't be running in and out this house. Black like catching a whooping because mama came home and you forgot to take the chicken out. Black like the sound of double dutch and clacking barrettes. Black like corner store chillin', Black and Mild, Newport cigarettes. Black like old mattress backflips. Black like handheld fans waving on Sunday mornings at Second Baptist. Black like Jesus. Black like not being able to play in your good clothes. Black like the Sphinx's nose. Black like you gotta ask mama because if I ask she'll say no. Black like get where I can see you and the end of the block is as far as we could go. Black like pink hair lotion and cocoa butter. Black like aunts, uncles, and cousins that ain't really your kinfolk but they've always been around one another. Black like wait till you've had so-and-so sweet potato pie. Black like having to say elders are telling stories because grown folks don't tell lies. Black like spending the summer at Big Mama's house, abiding by rules you don't understand to this day. Black like being woken up to songs in the key of life and the smell of discount cleaning sprays. Black like 4C hair. Black like losing all sense of time at the barbershop listening to your fathers discussing neighborhood politics. Black like your neighborhood before they came and gentrified it. Black like the candy lady down the street. Black like patty cake and Miss Mary Mack is how your sister learned to keep the beat. Black like, boy, you look just like your daddy. His whole face. Black like because I said so and knowing a child's place. Black like the color of the Kool-Aid and the flavor being one and the same. Black like, you know what I'm talking about. Fetch me the what's the name? Black like, all right now, and all right now, having two different meanings. Black like being dubbed man of the house whenever your father's leaving. Black like history was never taught in classrooms. Black like knowing all the popular dances but pretending to not know what the teacher's asking. Black like giving each other the dozens and boisterously laughing. Black like dolly shots in every Spike Lee flick. Wanting to be a hero, one day doing the right thing, but Superman don't look like me. Black like Phil Lamar and Cree Summers' voice almost as recognizable as your parents. Black like when we go in here, don't touch nothing. Running errands. Black like never seeing your parents measure seasoning. Black like forking all the greens and having a cast iron meant frying everything. Black like Pawpaw's coffee just before sunrise and the blinds touch. Black like being twice as good to get half as much. Black like we only supposed to fear God, but what scares me is Daddy's voice when he's angry with us. Black like you big city now, but 2 generations ago your folks was all in Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, and the Carolinas. Black like ain't nothing wrong with that boy. Black like confusing past traumas with nostalgia and joy. Black like laughing to keep from crying. Black like black life. Black like watch me turn to precious metal in the sunlight. Black like shouldn't I matter? Alright, I got one more. This is also a couple pages. I apologize, I'm up here a long time.
Good.
5 more, hold on. Okay, so So this poem I wrote, it is dedicated to all black women, but it was inspired by my mother, and recognizing that if I am to grow up and love someone, she should hold a lot of those same characteristics. So it is called Black Woman, She and Her. A black woman's love knows no glass ceiling or porcelain roof, and by the grace of my black mother, I am the burden of proof. Marked with this melanin she passed down from generations prior, that she trained me to wear with a sense of pride, cherished till I became a walking heirloom. Trust, there is no coincidence. The polymerization of my pigment is worth more than gold. Black mothers are the proprietors of luxury, and we are just the living, breathing embodiment of the opulent. It's no wonder there's a market for black men. Socialized till we can be monetized, set to play either hangman or jumpman, two sides of the same plan. Be a spectacle high above the crowd to symbolize that we don't fit into society. But it was my black mother who taught me irony. I am her angel, that's why that black boy flies, see? She changed my view. Given the gift of vision through these brown eyes that know love when they see it for true. Mama gave me hair of the lamb, praying her son would embody God's will. My follicles were just following the course, of course. Kinked and coiled, strand by strand, intertwined like space and time. She taught me grace and gave me the peace of mind when it came to appreciating the allure of these black features of mine. Yeah. The makings of black love and how it looks becoming paradigm. These characteristics shared across continents, serving as pillars to our culture. So if I can love me as I am, black woman, I can love you 1,000 times over. Let it be unconditional. Let it be forever. Let it be a lot of things. Let someone try to come in between. It can be whatever. Our struggles are kin and our consciousness tethered. I was taught to connect with you once my umbilical was severed. A black woman held me, so I seek to hold one dear. Dear black woman, I had to pen this letter for the love of you and the life of me. I want my woman darker than indigo so that our children will be the ink that stories our history. I want this black love to be replicated, never to fall victim to antiquity. Black woman, let me not make a movement without you by my side. Carry you when the lines are blurred and the roads are muddied. The least I can do for having my back when it is bent, bruised, and bloodied. Your heart reminds me of home. After all, it is the mother's heartbeat in the womb a black boy feels before he notices the rhythm of his own. That's how I know my chest won't rise nor fall without the melody in your voice. A drumming in my rib cage, picking up the pace with a resounding rejoice, celebrating the divinity within God's choice, to bless me with your presence. Church with my mama was the last time I felt this familiar essence, hearing hymns because it was her who found it important and remained adamant. It's crossed my mind that although God is omnipotent, potentially his auspiciousness is quite limited without a host to be the catalyst, or maybe the father needs one who has the makings of a mother to be able to reach a son as an advocate, and all other mediums fail to be adequate, or... Look, I apologize if I'm rambling or if my words sound odd, but I say all that to say it was a black woman who brought me closer to God, so I pray. I pray to have one, inshallah, hallelujah, and amen. Next to Jehovah, as far as I can tell, black woman, your love is unparalleled. A mirror to you would only reveal the makings of she, the black woman that put life and the will to live it in me. Let no grand misconception of how black men see you drive us both into obscurity, because if there is anything in which you can take security, it is that I will forever love the diaspora of you.
You did amazing. I just want to say that. I just want to add a little something. I love spoken word. I love poetry. And just like being here and just listening to everybody, listening to different people of different subjects and everything, it's just, it holds dear to me. For my love of poetry and listening to it, it's such an amazing feeling to be here, to be hosting this and listening to everything. Just like
you're doing it.
Very, very talented people here. So, our second guest speaker is Toy the Poetic Beauty, whose real name is Latoya Jackson Shelby, was born in Alexandria, Louisiana. She is a wife and a mother, amongst other titles that she holds. She realized that she had a love for poetry at the early age of 9 and began performing spoken word professionally in 2016. Toy brought life to the Bring Justice to My Rhyme monkey. And under this name, she, along with her husband and 2 children, have produced shows in Baton Rouge area spotlighting the raw talent of the art and others. She was recently featured in February's issue of 225 magazine and has been widely recognized for her performances from Louisiana to Georgia, all the way to Nevada. Toy hopes that her words will immortalize her and to complete her task in healing the healer.
Give it up again for y'all lovely hoes. I probably could have kept this mic because we are, we're both vertically challenged, but I wanted to say this particularly to you when you came up and you said your little poetry. Oh, don't minimize you, baby. You are great. Matter of fact, you haven't even scratched the surface of your greatness yet. None of y'all have. And I'm telling y'all, y'all are all great. Give them all a round of applause. And I'm going to share what Dr. Indigo just said. Why you going to put us back on the we should Oh my gosh. Yes, me and Toys, we share the same name. And yes, I had the privilege of meeting her when I first started, and I'm just so grateful that you thought about me to come tonight. So thank you. All right, let me do what y'all wanted me to do. So I got 3 poems. I call them all my toy stories. Like the beginning of a new day, it dawned on me. Media separate us by colors, call it dirty laundry. They do this just to spite us. Blue versus black just to fight us. But like a golden touch, Mr. Midas, we're using this blow to unite us. Giving you the power to raise your numbers, logarithms. Stand multiply, not divided, that's how you head 'em. Fight for justice like playing the lottery. Play by their rules, not win. Please don't lie to me. Getting hands dirty, uproot these weeds. I'd rather die than watch you take away my seeds. A quarter nigga dime a penny, simply 41 cents to me. But from your point of view, the brown one makes no sense to see. Killing my brother senselessly. Skin color tone is under attack. Blue, white, brown, and any other color. Put all together what you get? Black. It's simple as that. Your tears same color as mine. If you had to bury your child, I had to bury mine. The TV trying to tell me how I should handle my history, but you don't get the right to tell me how to handle centuries of misery. No, I'm acting like a victim. On the contrary, I'm a survivor. Wouldn't I protect my family? What the hell am I alive for? Just like a beating or sacrifice his life once it decides to sting. There's a game of chess, and I'ma do my best just to save my king. Come on. Yeah. Thank y'all. I wanted to say this. There was a poet, there was quite a few, you guys, that I felt, but there was one that I felt like, oh my God, if I was a little white boy, I would be him. Because I couldn't find my rhythm. Like, I don't know if I'm a poet or if I'm a rapper. I don't know. It's like I'm walking that thin line. And I feel like that's you. You're walking that line. You're walking that thing. But embrace it both. Because I'm telling you, the acronym rap, that's an acronym. Y'all might not know it. It stands for rhythm and poetry. So learn your poetry and then do your rap if that's what you want to do. Okay? And make me work. All right, y'all. So I have 2 children. I have one that's 20 and I have one that's 17. So that makes me 25. When my son started driving, clap if you have a son. I'm telling you, there's something about having that boy. No shade to the girls, because I'm a girl, but baby, I'm telling you, something about that boy, right? Especially having a black son. So I wrote this when he was about to start driving. And it's called Just Make It Back Home. Yes. Yes. When you hear the sirens, it'll feel like darkness is around you. It will sound like evil has surrounded you. It will seem like death has found you. Do not panic, my child. Those blue lights are simply the sky, and the police officers are simply clouds passing by. Be calm. Be calm as peace is to ocean breezes, as sand is to beaches. Let this image take your voice and remain speechless. Because the rude and abrupt tone of officer's voice will frighten you, but don't be afraid. Let my voice instead of his take you away, reminding you it will be okay as you slowly get your license and registration. Do this as you do your report cards, rarely with nothing to hide, because you're an A and B student with dreams of making it to college. You will make it to college and beyond. These are hopes and dreams that we have for you, son. So those signs are not from golden chariots taking you to your final destination. Just do what the officer asks you with no hesitation. It is simply my voice. I'm telling you to get out of the car. It is simply my voice. I need you to put your hands so I can see them. It is simply my voice. Do you know why I'm stopping you, boy? It is simply my voice. You look suspicious. You have drugs on you. It is simply my voice. You don't look like you belong in this part of town. It is simply my voice. You have the right to remain silent. Remain silent, my child. It will only be for a little while. I promise you this. And if the officer's questions persist, you answer them with proper enunciation and articulate your words. Show that officer Southern hospitality. Yes, sir, no, sir. Look him in his eyes and straighten up your spine. This is only a test, and like all other tests, yes, you will be fine. Yes. Yes. Don't let fear grasp your tongue or restrict your breathing. Yes. I need you home alive and not on the concrete bleeding. Amen. And if they put you under arrest, even if you did nothing wrong, mama's coming. Yes. And ain't no stopping me. Yes. Just picture his family like. Yes. We play Monopoly. You pulled a community chest card and the police made you stop. You the red Corvette. Simply landed on the wrong block. Remember my sweet baby boy. Never alone. Just do what it takes, my child, to make it back home. There we go. Y'all, if you was nervous before you got on this mic, make some noise. Woo! Okay, so I'm telling you this because I have been performing now for about 7 years, and that nervous energy never goes away. It never goes away. So let me tell you what you do with it. You use it. I know that your science teacher would be real proud of you if you learn about the law of conservation of energy, which says that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. Right. So you take that energy. That's why he say I'm what he say, the student of the year? The student of the year. Because he was smiling, he's like, I know what it is. Yes, baby. I saw a couple of y'all too. But yes, you just use that to fuel you. Okay, now that I say that, I'm come to my last one. If you want to follow my Instagram page, you can follow it at TOI Poetic Beauty. I also make cheesecakes. I don't have any with me. I didn't bring it here. All right. So this last one, 2020. That's too many. 2020. That was an interesting year, huh? You know, either you might have lost someone that was dear to you, you know, or you might have found somebody on the internet because you were bored, or like me, you discovered some gifts, right? And one of the gifts I discovered is that I can make cheesecakes, but I really got to write. Oh, I'm sorry. Once upon a time, I was part of Southeast. My Southeast family. Like, oh my gosh. I'm looking and I'm so sorry that I didn't say that. But yes, I am so happy to be in the company of my Southeast family. So y'all make some noise. I would definitely be remiss not saying it. But I made this poem in the midst of 2020, and it's called America, oh America. America, oh America, are you gonna part your red, white, and blue lips and tell me and mine that we don't belong here? Or say, I'm gonna call the cops and tell them that you're African American? Cause you know being killed by the cops is the one thing that we fear. Now you say, if I don't like what's going on, to go back to my country. But honey, how can I go back to a place I already been? See, this is my country. I built this. And I burned this all to the ground. And destroy all of this. Just to prove a point. You killing people just because they're black. Who cares about Target? When my son has a target on his back. You won't let my peace be still. So now I have to bring out my piece of steel. So I can be like in Vogue and give you something that you can feel. Now, this doesn't have to be like a number 2 pencil. I shouldn't have to get the lead for you to get the point. Let me and mine be. And we do a crime, arrest us with dignity. That's all that I want. See, Kaepernick wanted to tell y'all this peacefully, but there are others that want to tell you a little differently. You call us animals and thugs because saying the N-word, oh, that's not speaking properly. You say that black folks are naughty by nature, but America, you been down with other people's property. I just can't understand why we can't live like King, not Don, but Rodney, and all just get along. And yes, Dorothy and Toto, we black folks also believe that there's no place like home. But if we get murdered in the process should be like an NBA game and have a court date. We shouldn't have to have marches in every major city around the country just to have an arrest made. Death comes in multiples, even though caskets don't have bunk beds. So America, I need you to stop thinking that killing one of us, that we'll be the only ones that end up dead. So, what a beauty.